Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ian from MaddenSchool.com. Today we're going over a really unique play only found in the Seattle Seahawks offensive playbook. It's in the gun-tight Y-off weak formation. It's called PA Seahawks Corner. And this is a great base play that you can call against cover 4, cover 3, cover 2, any sort of man-to-man defense. You just have reads against everything. So we have at least 4 or 5 different one-play touchdowns against every coverage in the game. That's great for when you know or suspect what coverage your opponent's in. But this type of play is really good when you just come out, you have no clue what your opponent's calling. PA Seahawks Corner in the gun-tight Y-off weak formation's a great go-to play. So against zone, I like to run this from the left hash mark. And the setup is to put your X or square receiver on a streak and then the B receiver on a drag. And you're going to see how just absolutely dominant this play is. So first against cover 4 drop, you can see we have a bunch of different options. This corner route against any zone defense should get open, especially when you run this to the short side of the field. But then you also have your B receiver or circle on PlayStation coming in underneath. That's another route your opponent's going to have to user. And then if he users that route, this tight end's route is one of the best routes in the game. He should get wide open coming to the other side of the field. You can see how that streak clears out any sort of deep blue zone there, leaving this really huge window for our tight end to sneak in under. So again, this is what the setup should look like. And watch how this tight end has a huge hole. Now you can throw the corner route, you can throw the drag route, you can throw the tight end's route. That's going to be the case against basically any zone coverage. But I'll also show it to you here quickly against cover 3 and a cover 2. So we'll just do like a cover 3 sky. Same exact setup. Your first read is always this wire triangle receiver still. He's going to get open. As long as your quarterback makes a decent pass. So again, streak route, the X or square receiver, drag route, the B or circle receiver. You can cancel the play action if you'd like. It's not really that important to the play. See the X receiver is clearing out any sort of deep blue zone. That leaves the wire triangle receiver open. We also have the choice between our tight end coming across the middle here or our B receiver, depending on which guy our opponent user defends. Usually our opponent's going to user one of those two routes. I couldn't tell you which one. It kind of depends on what your opponent's worried about. But whichever one he doesn't user, if you missed your first read, you can just throw to the other. So you have a nice high-low read over the middle and that instant throw to the corner, which is going to have to either set like 30-yard zone drops and still probably won't stop it, or user that. So that's the cover 3. We'll go into cover 2. Same exact setup. Your first read still is this wire triangle receiver. You can see he's going to get open. Now against the cover 2, depending on the adjustments your opponent makes to it, sometimes the tight end won't get open. So you can see like he can get open. Sometimes the middle linebacker will follow him depending on how hard they bite on that play fake. Keep that in mind. But you also have your B receiver underneath. You can see as he comes across, you can usually get about 5 yards there. Probably should have possession caught that. It was a little bit too tight. You can see you can take your 5 yards, worst case scenario. So that's the look against zone defenses. But against man-to-man defense, it's going to work exactly the same. Although I do prefer going to the wide side of the field, from the right hash mark against man. It's totally up to you, though. It's going to work from the short side of the field as well. But against man, what's really cool about this formation is you don't need that clear-out route that you normally would from the X receiver. So a lot of times against the cover 2 zone or cover 2 man, that deep safety on the left side of the field is going to get out wide and play the corner route unless you have like the X receiver on the streak route to stop it. But because of the tight end's really unique route here, it actually keeps the safety on the left in the middle part of the field. So you can do whatever you want with your X or square receiver as well as this B receiver. And as long as your wire triangle receiver here beats his guy in man-to-man coverage, that safety is not really going to be able to help out too much. So, you can do double zig routes. You can do like maybe you want a slant route going this way and a drag coming underneath. It's totally up to you. But what you should notice is the safety is going to start running backwards instead of straight to the sideline. I'll show that to you again. So I'll just put both guys on a drag. Watch how we can fit this throw into the wire triangle receiver. The safety starts running back to cover that tight end's route. He's worried more about the tight end than he is about this corner route. So in the replay, you can see this guy here. He looks like he might be playing the sideline, but then eventually he starts running backwards because he's worried. This tight end's just destroyed his man. You could throw it to him too. He's worried about this tight end. He's got to split the difference between the two of them. Realistically, that means he's going to cover neither of them. But let me show you, let's say the tight end was just on, let's just block him, right? So let's say we don't have that route over there. You're going to notice how the safety's now going to play this so much better. We try to sneak it in there. Safety's all over it. So that's the importance of that tight ends route when you're throwing to the corner route. It's one of the very few routes in the game that can hold the safety on the left side of the field when it's coming from the right side of the field. Usually you need a streak on the same side as the corner route. This is one of those very unique plays where you don't. So if you know it's man, I like drag routes, I like slant routes, I like whip routes. It's up to you with how you actually employ that, but you just want to keep this corner route and you want to keep this this post route from the tight end. Most times the tight end's going to destroy his guy. Not every single time, but most times. So that's the look against a cover 2 man. The same thing can work against a cover 2 zone, theoretically. Let me just quickly show that to you. You don't need the clear out route with this extra square receiver against the cover 2 zone. So you can just put slants or something because the tight end is going to take care of that deep safety on the left. He kind of got awkwardly bumped. So that's a great example. He got awkwardly bumped to the line of scrimmage. And so the safety wasn't worried about him. When the safety's not worried about him, then he can get out there and cover the corner route. This time he got a clean release. Now the safety has to worry about him. And you can see how that opens up that really big hole against cover 2. So I want to get into a cover 1 as well, though, real quick. Same setup, PA Seahawks corner, unfortunately. This is only found in the Seahawks playbook. But with the cover 1 hole, you can imagine it's going to be the same thing. So you can dual drag. You can do the whip routes. It's up to you with what you do with the 2 outside guys. But what you should notice is most times this wire triangle receiver is going to get open. Now, I threw that a little bit late. A lot of this will come down to how good your slot receiver is. If he's better than the slot corner, he's going to win most of the time. This route puts him in a really good position to win. But if you have some guy who's not very good at all over there, then obviously he's not going to win very much. But you can see the route by default really gets your guy in a good position. Now, a lot of times your tight end's going to come open too. So, one thing you can do is maybe you put the B receiver on a streak to try to hold the safety. Extra square receiver, something like this. It's up to you with what you do with those outside guys. You have a lot of flexibility with this play. Then you can hit this tight end because the safety's worried about that streak route. A lot of different things you can do. If you're worried that your opponent's going to send a heavy blitz, you can block the running back. You can motion snap this extra square receiver. So, something like this where you block the running back, motion this guy in, and then snap it. You still have your main reads on this play who should get open. So this play just puts you in a really, really great position to pick up big chunks of yards. So thanks for watching today's tip. Until next time, take care.